Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very exciting video because I thought it would be fun to talk about summer yarns since it is summer. I know I am not wearing the appropriate summer wear because I've actually filmed this video before a few days ago and it was very hot then, but then the lighting was just too dark, so I hope this is better. Let me know down below maybe if that is okay. And also the weather has dropped. It's been raining all day long and it's a bit chilly, so that's why I'm wearing my jumper, which brings me to what this is. This is my Maya sweater. It's actually a cardigan, the pattern. It is a free pattern by Helene Magnusson. If you've watched my podcast before or if you've been on Instagram, which you should definitely follow me there as well, you will have seen this before. I made it into a jumper instead of a cardigan because I don't really wear cardigans, and it got this nice colour work here on the sleeve as well, and it's very warm and cozy, but I could not wear it that often yet because, like I said, it's been quite warm and summer is here. So that's why we are talking about summer yarns today. Before we jump into the video, maybe subscribe to my channel, that would make me really happy. Also check out my Instagram and Ravelry if you want to see more of me, and let's begin. So I have tried sorting out the yarn into categories. I'm not quite sure if I was actually able to do that because it's kind of a mess. But I would say let's just jump right into it and start with the first one, which is Drops Saffron. It is 100% cotton and the stitch gauge is 24 stitches and 32 rows. I have worked with this before. I've already made a t-shirt out of this. It feels really dry. Like, I did not enjoy working with this yarn. Maybe it also was the needles that I used, but I believe I tried wooden and metal and I didn't really like either of them. So I just want to get this out of my stash. Maybe I'll make some more shirts. Maybe I will even pair it with something to make it more pleasurable to work with it. I don't quite know. I do have quite a lot. I have 3 different colours. The brown is the colour 68, the orangey bricky colour is colour 59, and then this beigey one is the colour 64. And you might remember the beige one, like I've already mentioned. This is the shirt I made with this yarn. The needle size that I used was 3mm and 3.5, and they gave me quite a loose gauge. Like with this yarn there is not a lot of fluff surrounding it like you would like know with mohair, of course, or wool as well. So it's quite structured, I would say, what you get out of it, the fabric. And in one of these you get 160 meters, so I feel like that's, for a summer top, a good amount. For the shirt that I made, I've only used like 2 maybe, if that. Let's just put it this way, not a big amount at all. And I still think it's a good yarn. I just don't like working with it personally, but I know lots of other people really like it, and I'm also sure that you can use it for some crochet stuff and making like stuffed animals and all of that stuff. The next category we get into, I've got 3 different yarn brands, and it is cotton blends because, like I just said, I don't really enjoy working with pure cotton, so I thought cotton blends might, you know, work out better, and they do. The first yarn that I have is the Bio Balance yarn by BC Garn. It is a wool and cotton blend, and I just love this colour. These came in hanks. I've got 2 of them. I caked them up and the colour is just gorgeous. It's exactly what I was looking for. The colour for this one is colour 10, and the stitch gauge, let's see, is 25 stitches and 35 rows, and you get 225 meters. If you've watched my podcast, you know that I already have plans for these. I've got 2, like I just said, and I want to make a summer top, and I think that's an okay amount to get something going. The next thing is something I picked up from my local yarn store because they had kind of a sale going on. They just had like a big bucket with lots of yarn in it, and it is the Lana Grossa Tropico. I bought 2 donuts of this. The colour is colour 5, and the stitch count is 18 stitches and 24 rows. It's not a colour I would typically go for because I'm only just getting into variegated yarn. I don't love it, and green is also not something that I would usually go for because I'm more like a blue toned person. But I thought I still like the yarn, so that's why I bought it, obviously, because it's still got some kind of blue variegation in it. And I don't quite know what to make with this yet because it feels super thick. Like, I know the stitch gauge is 28, but I feel like because it's wool and cotton, it's 70% cotton, 30% wool, it makes it really thick for some reason and really warm. So I'm not sure if that's ideal for a summer shirt. I still want to make like a bralette type of thing, because I just want to use up all of the 2 donuts that I purchased, and I don't want any leftovers, so a summer top it is. The last yarn that I have in this category is the Camarosa Ökologisk. I'm really sorry. For some reason I really struggle with this word. My brain just does not function reading this. And it is a 70% merino wool and 30% cotton blend. The stitch count is 26 to 28 stitches and 40 rows. And the colour is 2036. This was not what I was expecting when I bought it. I wanted some kind of golden yarn, and it is a bit darker than what I wanted. But I do have some mohair. I've actually bought some to pair it with this to get the colour that I actually want, and I think it's gonna be fine. The yarn itself, it feels really nice. Like all of these, apart from the cotton, I keep coming back to it, but apart from that, they all feel really nice, and I'm really excited to work with this because I do already have some plans. Right, let's get away from the cotton and merino blends and let's jump right into something very exciting, because now we're getting into the viscose kind of type yarns. And the first one that I have here is the Drops Belle. It is a blend of 35% cotton, 33% viscose and 14% linen. I got it in this really nice blue. This is the color 15, and the stitch gauge is 21 stitches and 28 rows. This has got the same kind of ingredients or components as the Tin Line Sandnes garn, which we'll come to in a second, but this is thicker. And the reason why I bought this was actually to make my mum a cardigan, but then the blue was just not as baby blue as I wanted it to be, because she's not a blue person, I'm kind of a blue person. So I got no idea what I'm gonna make with this. It feels dry again. Maybe it's actually drops. I don't know. I've not worked with it yet, but just feeling it like this, it feels also a bit stiff. I assume that once you wash it, it will soften up, I hope. But we'll see. I have no plans as of yet really what to make with it, so we'll see. Now we come into what I've already teased, the Tin Line by Sandnes garn. I love this yarn. This has got, like I already mentioned, the same component as the Drops Belle, so it's a blend of viscose, linen and cotton, and it's just so shiny and nice to feel. Like the difference between these two, the Drops and the Sandnes garn, is it feels like worlds are in between these, because the Tin Lina is so much softer. That's why I feel like if you've never felt that yarn before, you don't really know how stiff the drops actually feels, which is quite interesting in my opinion. But the stitch count for this is 28 stitches or 27 stitches, sorry, and it's just such a nice yarn. It's a bit shiny because of the viscose, I assume, and I've got this in 3 different colors. I've actually made a shirt for my mum in this really nice pinky color, which is the color 4323. And the reason why I got some more Tin Lina is because I love this so much that I thought I have to have more of this for some other shirts. And the green is the color code 8521, and then I've got this kind of beigey color, which is the color code 3021. And like I said, I just really love working with this. It's really smooth, it's really nice on the hands, it's not dry. I can literally knit for hours with this, and you get 220 meters in one. And honestly, with a 3mm needle, it takes forever. So you can actually work up quite a big chunk with just one of these. Then we have a brand which shall not be named right now in the knitting community, and it is their bamboo yarn. It is 100% bamboo viscose, and it's in this really nice white. The color is Natura, that's it. Natura, and the stitch gauge is 26 stitches and 34 rows. It feels super soft. Like, it feels very slippery. I think you have to be quite careful what type of needles you use with this, because I mean, even the kind of donut style that it came in is already like falling apart here because it just has no structure. But I think that you will get a really nice drape with this, and I have kind of an idea what I want to make with it, but I'm not too sure about it yet. I got 3 of these, and in one you get 350 meters, which is quite a lot. This is 100 grams. If you compare it to Tin Lina, it's 220 meters per 50 grams. Like I said, I just wanted to try bamboo yarn because I've heard quite a lot of things about bamboo yarn, and that was what I went for at the time. Last but not least, we have a very interesting yarn in my opinion, and it is the Lino Muka 100% linen. That's quite something. I have bought this yarn with a different intention, and then it would just not work out how I wanted it to, and it made me really sad because I think it's a really pretty color. It is a very light fingering weight. It's got 245 meters in one of these hanks, and the color for this one is light rose. And I think it's really cool how on the label it says what kind of gauge you get if you hold it single, double and triple. So when you hold it single, you get 30 stitches, holding it double 25 and triple 20, which I'm not sure how accurate it is because I have tried all 3 of them and I did not get the gauge with the recommended needle size. I don't really know. It's super dry as well. It's like the cotton, and because it's a light fingering, it's super thin as well. So I feel like you definitely have to pair that with something, or just use it on its own, I guess. But the experience was not as pleasurable as with other yarns, I have to say, that I've worked with this 100% linen. So yeah, that was my summer yarn stash. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you could find some interesting things in it and maybe give one or the other yarn choice that I have a go. Also let me know down below if you have used any of them, if you say this is a no-go or this is an absolute yes for me. And I would also be really interested to know what you're working on right now, so leave a comment down below because I am really interested. and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more. Head over to Instagram and follow me there as well. You can also check out my Ravelry page, and yeah, I hope you have a good day, you have a good rest of the weekend, whenever you're gonna watch this, and I hope to see you next time, and happy knitting. Bye!